Hey y'all, this is Destiny checking in with today's Daily Diamond. Hey family, as always, I would like to say hey again to those of you who have been with me, and welcome to anybody who is new and checking out the podcast. I thank you for all of the support. We are almost at 2,100 downloads this morning, so I'm really excited, very thankful. Really happy to keep coming to you guys with my thoughts and my ideas on things, because it's just amazing. Before I do anything though, I have to thank my sponsors. So first we have my best friend Tiana Nate. Make sure that you check her out. She has a new YouTube video coming out today in which she has a giveaway going on. So make sure you check her out. Then of course, we have our up and coming braider and hairstylist Alicia. She's been very busy with these box braids, these buns, and these ponytails. So make sure you check her out. Then, of course, we have Kisses by Shelly, my absolute favorite lip gloss. Shelton is now offering lashes with her lip gloss. So make sure you get that little great Kisses by Shelly bundle deal. And last but not least, we have the Royal Crown extensions. I cannot say enough good things about this hair. I am almost 2 months into my install, and hair still looks amazing. It's still beautiful. It's still holding on. Shedding is very minimal, as long as I'm taking care of it, and I'm really happy. So make sure you check out all of the ladies. They'll be in the description below, and if and when you do, make sure you let them know that Destiny sent you. Now on to today's topic. Today's topic is going to be a little bit of a fiery one, so y'all got to bear with me. So today I really want to talk about family ties. And when I say family ties, what I mean are literally family relationships and family ties. I don't know about y'all, but I come from a family with some crazy dynamics. And just here over the weekend, my mom had a conversation with me the week prior, asking if one of my uncles had reached out. And I said nah, and he probably won't, right? Because after 30 years of trying to be in this family, trying to accept people, why would I continue to push for people who don't push for me? Why would I continue to want to be accepted by people who are not accepting of me, or accepting of my children, or accepting of my family? And so I guess it really took my mama back for me to say, like, yeah, he not gonna call because he not interested in me. And she went ahead and called her brother, and she was like, well, did you ever call Destiny? Did you ever check on her, check on the kids? And he hadn't. And then she was like, well, if you don't want to deal with her, then how am I supposed to deal with you? Which, I don't knock my mom for that. I thank my mom for being a cheerleader. I really do appreciate it. But even more so, my uncle got a little bit upset about her comments, I guess you could say. And then he called me and he's like, well, what's going on? And I don't feel that way. And I said, look, I don't deal with you. You don't deal with me. That just is what it is. It's not no point in trying to sugarcoat it. It's not no point in trying to say, oh, I love you, I'm just not around. Or I love you, but we both live in our own lives. Like that was his thing. We're both busy. You got 2 young kids. You're living your life. I'm living my life. Exactly. I'm living my life and you're living your life. And it is devoid of each other. So let's not, when we are family members, let's put the same energy in our family members that they put into us. Let's put ourselves in a predicament in which those same people who are dealing with us are the same people that we deal with. And so I went on to say to my mother that I really felt like my only family was my mom, my husband, my children, my brother-in-law, and my best friends. And I was like, when I look at it, my best friends are the people who check on me on a regular. My best friends, even if we don't see each other, we don't miss much. We constantly are there for each other. My family, the 4 people in my house, are the 4 people that are a constant daily part of my life. And my mother, my mother is a daily constant in my life. And so I'm pushing out the same energy that I'm receiving. And I guess for my uncle and maybe some of my other family, that was not something that people wanted to hear. But I don't understand why we as a society of people feel like just because we're family, that means that we have to deal with each other. No. If your family ain't dealing with you and your family ain't taking the time to be around you, then why would you take the time? Why would you exert more energy on something just because y'all share the same last name? Then someone else is exerting on you. And I'm not saying that for those of you who have great families. I'm so very envious of those of you who have good families. And I'm not saying that all family dynamics are always going to be perfect, because they're not. Families are going to have issues. But exert the same amount of energy to these family members that they give to you. If you want to reach out and you want to build a relationship, then by all means do that. But if you've reached out not once but a couple of times, not a couple of times but about 5 times, and those family members have not tried to reach out to you, then there's no point in continuing to push the envelope. You don't have to force yourself. You don't have to force your children to be around family members who have nothing to do with you. And so, it was really kind of on my brain yesterday as I began to think about the conversation and the interaction between my uncle and I. And, he was like, well, he wanted to come in and say, well, your mom is just so resentful. But my mom is not necessarily resentful. My mom has always been the ostracized person in her family. So how is the ostracized person supposed to feel when not only did you ostracize her, but you then turned around and ostracized her child and ultimately her grandchildren? If she's decided not to deal with you, it's because she wants you to keep that same energy that you've had. And so when she was not important then, she might as well not be important now. And I get it. My mom had really tried. She had really wanted to, build a family dynamic, especially since the death of my grandmother. And that happens in black families. When we lose our matriarch baby, everything falls apart. But it was almost, kind of wasteful to me to even put myself in a predicament in which we wanted to, or she felt the need to keep checking or keep trying to build a relationship with someone who's not reciprocated the favor. And I told my uncle, I said, I'm not hurt by it. I'm not bothered by it. And if you're one of those people that's out here struggling with family ties, I challenge you to do the same thing. Don't be bothered by it. Don't be upset by it. They are going to do what they are going to do. They are going to deal with who they choose to deal with. And just because you're family, it may mean that they choose not to deal with you. That doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. That just is what it is. And so today, when you focus on you and you think about you, I challenge you to think about those family members that are positive and how you can continue to surround yourself with those positive people. And I also challenge you to think about those family ties that aren't so positive and that are, for lack of better terminology, are almost a headache to deal with. You don't have to deal with people who don't deal with you. You don't have to explain the way that you feel to someone. And if it's been too long and your feelings are set and you have no desire on changing them, then that's just what it is. Don't feel like because you're family, you got to put yourself in a predicament where you got to force yourself to be around people. I decided, when I turned 30, that I was only accepting the energy that people put out. And so my family consists of the 4 people in my house, my dog, my grandmother, and my best friends. Those are the people that consistently represent to me what family is. And that's not to say that my dad's family is not there, because that is the family that I grew up with. That is, in my mind, with all of their chaos and all of their beautiful mess, my family. But they're 1,000 miles away from me now. And so the family that I have locally right here in Michigan are those 6 or 7 people. My best friend, her husband, her son, my other best friend, her husband and her 2 sons, my mama, my dog, my children, and my husband. And those people who surround themselves in being invested in me and being invested in my family. And so today, I challenge you to do the same thing. I challenge you to take inventory. You don't have to surround yourself with people that don't have your best interests at heart, family or not. And so to my uncle, if you're listening to this, it's no love lost, my baby. I don't resent you. I don't hate you. It's just that you don't deal with me and I choose not to deal with you. It's no love lost. Do you like you've been doing. And I'm going to continue to do me. And this is Destiny signing out with today's Daily Diamond. I'll see you guys tomorrow.